Hello and welcome. As you're all aware by now, or should be, I'm having some well-earned time off and I'm having a lovely time, thank you. I do hope you enjoyed last week's offerings. I thought Conspiracy Cats and the Creaky Blinder did a fantastic job. This week, it's Tinfoil Tuesday again, and this time we've got PlanarWalk filling in for me. He's from New Zealand and he's got some interesting things to say about horoscopes. An interesting topic, no doubt. Thanks, buddy. And by the way, well done in the Rugby World Cup. Oh, sorry. Thanks very much and enjoy.
Hey, NTV Karen here, and did you know that your personality is decided at the time you're born by the position of the stars when you're born? And also, everybody born around the same time has unique character traits unique to only them? Wait, so does that mean, seeing as me and Simon Dan are both Scorpios, we're pretty much the same person?
Yeah.
Thank you for letting me know that, Karen. I'll keep that in mind. Ahoy hoy all, and welcome to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Now, some people at this point may be pointing out that I'm not Simon Dan and that I'm actually Heath. And to that I say,
PlanarWalk is actually my clone.
Also, Simon Dan and I have so much in common that we could basically be the same person anyway. I'm a part of SEAL Team 6, so is Simon Dan. I make YouTube videos, so does Simon Dan. I have legs. Okay, maybe we're not all that similar just because we share a star sign. But the reason why I do bring up star signs is because today is Simon Dan's birthday. Happy birthday, Simon Dan. And I can't think of a better way to spend Simon Dan's birthday than a Tinfoil Tuesday responding to a video by Psych2Go about star signs.
Everyone's heard the age-old question, what's your sign? When people say sign, it's assumed that they mean someone's sun sign, which is all the majority of people know about astrology.
Well, of course it's the only thing that most people know about astrology, because most people only take the time to learn things that they find useful or interesting.
Sun signs are a simple aspect of astrology. It merely refers to the position of the sun at a person's birth. Although astrology is very complex, since different planets mean different things for a personality, sun signs provide a basic description of one's self, ego, and identity.
Is this basic description anything like how a basic description of a human is a creature that has 4 limbs as well as a head that has eyes, ears, a mouth and a nose? Because it seems to me that my personality can be described by the personalities of about 15 different zodiac signs.
Aries, the ram. Aries are very enthusiastic and energetic. However, under their natural optimism may lie insecurity due to their desire to succeed. They are go-getters with a need for adventure and independence, but can get moody, impulsive, and selfish. Because of their low tolerance of boredom, Aries make great leaders.
You know, that actually seems pretty accurate. That describes me very well. Hold up, what was my zodiac sign again? Oh, Scorpio. Never mind, doesn't describe me at all.
Taurus, the bull. Taurus are the most loyal people you'll ever meet. They are patient, persistent, generous, and even have a romantic side.
I don't know about everyone, but most people that I know tend to have a romantic side, including me. So yeah, this describes me pretty well. I keep on forgetting my zodiac sign.
Gemini, the twins. Gemini are highly intelligent and clever. They're witty, charming, and naturally flirty. Gemini are flexible.
Wait, what's this about being flexible?
But also superficial, since they can be flighty, emotionally distant, devious, and somewhat two-faced.
So this is where I personally start to take issue with astrology, or to be more specific, taking astrology seriously. Because there are people out there that take this far too seriously and think that if you are a Gemini, that you're going to be two-faced. Now, I want to be very clear here. I don't think that thinking about personalities in regards to star signs is inherently bad, but I think it's much like a fortune teller from school. It's fun, but you shouldn't take it seriously when judging someone. Of course, I also take issue with the woo side of things, where some people say, I can tell you what your future will be like based only on your zodiac sign. Now give me $30 so I can vaguely tell you what your next week will be like.
Cancer, the crab. Cancer are very sensitive. They're loyal, dependable, and caring. Since they're extremely protective of their friends and family, they may be very clingy. They also have a tendency to be moody, self-pitying, and self-absorbed. Cancer are one of the hardest signs to understand.
So in other words, Cancers are like Patrick?
The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma.
But in all seriousness, that actually describes me pretty well. Well, except for the self-absorbed part, but please subscribe, link is in the description.
Leo, the lion. Leos are bold, ambitious, and encouraging.
Alright, I'm gonna be honest here, that does actually sound like Leonardo DiCaprio.
They know what they want and when they want it. They are generous and confident, though perhaps sometimes a little too confident. Their confidence can lead them to be vain, pretentious, and melodramatic. Although they are independent, they prefer to have an audience to admire them.
Once again, this sounds a lot like the perfect opportunity to plug my channel because I do like having an audience. Please subscribe.
Virgo, the virgin.
No comment. Next.
Libra, the balance.
Oh, so Thanos then.
Libras are peaceful and somewhat lazy. They come off as warm and friendly people. They're flirty, idealistic, and can see every side to an argument, but that doesn't stop them from being one of the most indecisive zodiac signs.
So here's something interesting. I've dated 2 people that were Libras. Now this would seem to indicate that the zodiac signs are correct, that they can predict what your personality will be like. But that's ignoring the fact that one of them had a very hard time seeing both sides of the argument. In fact, often I would have to see both sides of the argument. Does that mean that I'm more Libra than an actual Libra? Also, the other one wasn't that flirty. My point here though is that a lot of the times people will take the qualities of their star sign that match themselves and just ignore the rest. So whilst it may seem like the star sign is matching you perfectly, in reality you've just ignored the parts that don't.
Scorpio, the scorpion.
Here we go.
Scorpios are very independent. They're ambitious, passionate, and resourceful. Although most Scorpios have an unyielding nature, they're actually very emotional. Scorpios also need to be in control, which leads to their constant possessiveness and jealousy. They can also be very moody and manipulative. At the end of the day, however, Scorpios are very loyal and trustworthy, so don't be afraid to tell them a secret.
So for me, that does describe me pretty well, except maybe for a couple of points like the being in control part and being manipulative part. Quite often I've said to people, you decide, because A, being in control implies a certain level of responsibility, and B, sometimes it's nice to just go with the flow. Now I could say that I like being in control of my life as a whole, but who doesn't? Now as for being manipulative, I suppose you could try and fit taking opportunities when they present themselves under being manipulative, but that's very much like trying to fit a ball under the category of flat. You have to do a lot of stretching. My point here is that quite often we'll put ourselves into certain categories even though we won't necessarily fit them. We'll come up with excuses as to why these traits describe us. And when something is as vague as wanting to have control, it doesn't take much to come up with a reason as to why that describes someone. As for how well that describes Simon Dan, I'm not really sure, because I know some of it does describe Simon Dan, but on the other hand, some of it doesn't really seem to describe him at all. But that's more of a question for Simon Dan himself, as he probably knows more about himself than I do.
Sagittarius, the archer. As one of the more adventurous zodiac signs, Sagittarius are always up for a good time with their energetic and optimistic personality. They are very independent and love learning about new things. Sagittarius are very flighty and rather unemotional, as they put logic over feelings.
I feel like it would be very ironic for a Sagittarius to believe that this is an accurate description of how people are, because then they wouldn't actually be putting logic over feelings now, would they? Also, if there are any flat earthers that are Sagittarius, then that debunks astrology, right? Now, there are 3 more star signs in that video, but if I were to go through them, I'd just be beating a dead horse at this point. In summary, most of the descriptions are so vague that they can pretty much fit everyone. And if they don't, we can either make excuses why they do, or just ignore the reasons why they don't. So that is it for another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday. Wait a second, what's it this time, Karen? As the mother of tinfoil, I was supposed to be hosting Tinfoil Tuesday, but I'm barely in it. Well, I think you missed the point of this show. It's for debunking tinfoilers, not for supporting them. Well then, I demand to speak to the manager. You mean Simon Dan? He's on holiday right now. It's his birthday. I mean the manager of the universe.
Sorry, Karen, but God is on holiday right now. But remember, He's always thinking about you. Come to think of it, that might be why He's on holiday.
Wait, you're second in command. I'll talk to you.
Hey, is that an unanswered prayer over there? Well, it's not gonna answer itself. Bye.
Surely there's got to be a manager I can talk to somewhere. I don't know, talk to Conspiracy Cats or something about it. Okay, then I will. So that brings this episode of Tinfoil Tuesday to a close. If you like this video, why not leave a like and subscribe? And also, head over to my channel. I'm pretty sure I just uploaded a video about how to summon UFOs. What? Anyway, I'll see you over on my channel. Between you and me, thank you for watching.